Aloha! This is Dr. Tiki, writing a prescription for tiki drinks, tattoos, and tech. What could be more fun? It's time for another StrangeLove Live.
This is Strange Love, After Hours. I'm your host, Cami Chaos. Welcome, babies. And welcome, good evening, and welcome to Strange Love Live After Hours. I'm your host, Cami Chaos, and as always, I'm joined by Dr. Normal.
Hello, everybody. Hi. How you doing? That's all I got. That's all I got tonight.
You got nothing else?
No, wait. The date.
Oh, you have the date. It's the 16th.
Yeah.
Of 2009, October.
Yeah, I always do that. I'm a little off my game again.
That's good because I know what day it was.
That was the date.
Do you have anything else?
Yeah.
Any other fun subtitles you can give us?
Got this one.
You're not a social media guru.
Bullshit.
You don't even run your own Facebook
Bullshit.
page. You don't run your own Facebook page.
Tell me how to do things.
Can I tell you something?
No.
That's why I'm a social media guru. I don't run my own Facebook
You know what?
page.
I'm gonna
I
start.
got
I'm
people to
gonna
do
start
that.
accepting game invitations,
Game
and all the
applications.
little things that people send you that are so cute that you hate so much on your
Yeah.
Facebook. I'm gonna start accepting them.
Oh, I hate those things.
Then be nice and admit that you're not a social
you
media
joined
guru.
Mafia Wars.
That is
Fuck
a
you.
pretty-
Oh, I'm gonna sign you up. I am gonna sign you up for Mafia Wars and the Fish Tank.
I'd be scared if I were you.
And
Go right on your own
there's a
goddamn
pirate.
wall.
There's a pirate thing.
Sign him up for a bunch
I
of
think.
quizzes.
I think.
I'm gonna take quizzes on your behalf.
Yeah, find out what
Okay, hang
house
on.
in Hogwarts he'd be in.
I'm gonna take quizzes on your behalf. This is what I'm gonna do with my day.
We got to introduce the guys. They're chomping at the.
Okay, all right. We have guests. We have one
chomping at the
guest who's
bit.
making his second appearance on the show. We have the lovely, the talented, the hard to get to pay attention, Will Radik.
Yay!
You said loved and talented. I thought you were talking about him.
No, I was talking about you, sweetie.
Aw,
Say hi.
that's so sweet.
Now he can't
Hi.
talk.
How are you?
I have like forced him into silence.
I'm glad to be here on Strange Love Live with Cami Chaos and Dr. Normal. And
I like his kink.fm
Fatboy.
voice. I like that.
I've got
and
my
then-
Tiki Skull mug.
And then in his first appearance on Strange Love
We
Live-
should do that.
What?
It's better than my karaoke
Yeah.
voice.
Okay. Let's,
I'm trying to introduce the other guest here.
But do it in your kink.fm voice.
Hello, my name is Fatboy Roberts.
We've got Bobby Fatboy Roberts.
Yes.
My upbringing does not allow me to call him just Fatboy Roberts. I can't do it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Well, no, what's funny
I
is
thought
like,
about it. I was like, I think I could just. I think if it was just on the air, I could be
Wait
like,
a
"Hey,
minute.
Fatboy,"
Wait a minute.
and be
Wait a minute. You
okay.
didn't do it right.
what?
You're supposed to go. And I'm Bobby Fatboy Roberts, and here's a little James Taylor. Kink
Bobby
FM.
Yes, well,
One.
coming up soon we'll have the Carpenters, and we'll follow that up with some Carole King.
All right, next up is Bobby Fatboy Roberts.
Well, now you're getting a little pukey.
now that's my
Yeah, now we're
karaoke
dealing with
thing.
Now you're
Huey
too.
Lewis
You're
right
like
there.
super nasal.
That's
Yeah.
like what I do when I'm calling people up to the mic sometimes, and I start to get really tired of working.
There's
I'm
actually an
just
industry name for it. It's called
"Hey."
puking. It's called
Puking?
yeah. It's
I
called
thought
puking.
it's called strip club DJ. Is it really?
The strip club DJ just hates life. That's just okay. Coming up next, give a hand to Brandy. And
You would
some
think.
enthusiastic
You
ones.
would think.
Next
As a
up, that
strip
was
club
was
DJ,
Polly
you could find
Purple, and
something to
now
be
we're
happy
gonna
about.
get Cherry 2000, which is actually a really good movie. Have you seen it?
Oh, yeah. We have it.
Really?
Yeah.
Cherry
I got it for
2000.
my birthday. Yeah.
That's a good
Cherry 2000.
good post-apocalyptic
Yeah.
Melanie Griffith movie.
We have too many movies because I don't even remember.
No, John gave it to me, and it was John
B?
Carradine is in it, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No,
Huh?
isn't that it?
Is he?
Cherry 2000?
John Carradine?
Yeah.
Or David Carradine?
David Carradine.
I don't know. Lock yourself in a
Who's John
closet.
Carradine?
No, David Carradine is Death Race 2000.
Yes.
Death
Cherry
Race 2000.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, with
Cherry
Sylvester
2000.
Stallone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cherry
okay.
2000 is...
Sorry. I've seen
David
Cherry
Carradine is
2000
dead,
too.
by the way.
It's
Dr.
about the guy
Normal.
going back to get she's going into the
Yeah, I've
wasteland
seen
to find
this
his
movie.
replacement
I've seen
for
it.
his like wife robot thing
Oh,
that he
I
had
was
in the
thinking,
future.
because if it was a
Yep.
girl, she could be going into the wasteland to find a replacement for her virginity. And then it would be a porn movie.
That's why that would be a good aptly named film, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Especially if she was going back for the 2000th time to get it.
Bada.
But yeah,
A story of modern Christianity. Cherry 2000.
I'm a born-again virgin again.
And again.
And again.
And again.
And again.
It sounds more like a sequel to like Artificial Intelligence now.
ouch.
What? I'm
You
sorry.
know, I really enjoyed that movie.
I thought it was a really good. It's creepy
Until-
as hell.
until
I'm not getting into this one. I stay out of
Until,
discussions
until
about
what?
that
What?
movie.
Until the
You know.
the artificial intelligence shows up and they pull the boy out from the frozen wastelands of the ocean.
I enjoyed the movie
Spoiler
until don't listen until the
It's been
alien.
like 10 years. We're
Until the
good.
fucking
10-year-old
aliens showed
movie,
up. When the aliens showed up, I was like,
They're actually
oh,
artificial intelligence.
whatever. It was very tidy and convenient. It was all just too tidy and convenient.
Funny
for
little
me.
bit. Funny little.
Hey, wait. Can
yeah.
I help you guys out here?
Yes, sir.
2 words.
2 words.
Steven Spielberg film.
That's
Okay,
three.
so the aliens come down, and they always have to end with
No.
goddamn
I want the
aliens.
camera for a minute. Can I have my camera?
Oh.
Steven Spielberg film.
Actually-
3 words you can't count.
Okay, but
I'm
aside
just
from
saying.
that, you know the story behind the script was Kubrick.
Yes, and that ending is Kubrick.
But he died.
Oh no!
No, that ending is Kubrick.
I bet you.
No, it's Kubrick. It's Kubrick. So many people.
Freaking E.T. came down. Hello.
No. That was Kubrick. That was Kubrick, and that's why Kubrick said.
phone
That's why Kubrick said
hole.
Spielberg had to do it. Kubrick said Spielberg had to do it because that was the script he wrote. Like everyone assumes that the Kubrick ending would be that they leave the boy underneath the ocean,
Yeah.
praying to this imaginary blue fairy.
That would have been awesome.
Yes.
It's worse. No, the Kubrick ending is worse because then the boy gets thawed out, gets the choice of getting what he wants for the rest of his life, and then knowing that what he wants is going to die forever, or moving on. And he chooses the selfish choice,
you know
and he
what?
kills his mother, and then he leaves behind the teddy bear on the bed, and that's creepier than if he just sat there at the bottom of the ocean.
Poor little fucking teddy bear.
I know.
You know what? That's wrong. The actual ending. No, I've seen the actual Kubrick ending, and the actual Kubrick ending is they revive the boy, put him in a man's body who looks bizarrely like Tom Cruise,
Yeah.
and he goes to this bizarre rich sex club.
I was going to the exact same place. I was going to say that the original
Yeah.
ending is when Nicole Kidman runs up behind the bear and says, "We need to fuck right now."
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the original ending
Exactly.
of AI. Yeah.
I want to be revived and put into a man's body.
I'm gonna cry.
So am I.
I'm just gonna drink this.
I watched
instead.
Zardoz
And that's the
last
show,
night.
folks. Good night, everybody.
Anybody ever seen Zardoz?
Yeah, that's the one where Sean Connery wears a red leather diaper
For
and
most
a
of
giant
the film.
stone head vomits guns at him.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I have to ask.
If
this
you
is-
guys take this
No, this
just
is
a
about-
little bit slower,
I'll go.
This is important.
I can pull up the
no,
website.
this is important. What did we think of Existenz? Did you guys see that piece?
I never did see
crap?
that, but
That sounds like a
Mother
diaper.
fucking
seen
piece
that
of
one.
horrible.
I steered away from that somehow. I
really like
had it
Cronenberg,
at one
though.
point, but I didn't watch it.
You know, I went and I was all like, I was very excited. Years ago, it was like late 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Went to go see it at the Roan Inish Theater.
Mm-hmm.
What's that theater really called?
What's it called?
The what?
the Roan Inish
It's
Theater.
the Secret of Roan Inish Theater. It played the Secret of Roan Inish for like a
Oh, the
long
Secret
time.
Is this an inside
It's on-
joke
it's-
that you have with yourself? Or?
No,
Uh-oh.
no, with someone else, and like
Do you
20
do this
someone
during
else's.
sex?
No, it's like down at the early part of Hawthorne, the little theater at the
Oh,
early.
the Cinemagic.
Thank you, Cinemagic. And I went to see it, and I was very excited, and I just stared at the screen the entire time and could not believe what a fucking turd I was watching. And then it just got dumber and dumber and dumber.
That's what happened when I watched The Apple.
And like the person I was watching it with was engrossed in the movie, and he thought it was brilliant, and I was just like, God, you're really fucking dumb. Awesome that you're good
Were
in
you
bed.
on a date or what?
Yeah. I was with a guy that I was dating, and I was like, "It's great that you're good in bed because you're just
We need to end, we need to call this off. I think.
no." I didn't really care about his bringing that much.
Oh,
It's okay. It was before I got married.
Right
It's before I
on.
met the doctor.
Right before?
No,
Like a couple days before.
he's like, were you still have the taint of
no,
that guy
was
on
a
you when I
completely
met
different
you?
guy that I didn't care about his brain.
Oh,
It was
well
a completely
played.
different brain that I didn't care about, honey. It's okay. No, it was not right before I met you.
You know what I just discovered? This is how...
He's gonna go and look and see
No,
when
no.
this movie came out.
I want
in
to tell you
theaters.
something. And I'm sure this is old news to everybody.
Okay.
Right? And I know I'm a social media guru, but
God.
literally
want
last
you to
week
stop
on
with that.
YouTube, I just discovered the "Let me smell your dick" meme. I'm like, what the
Thumbs up.
hell?
I love that song.
That's
It's a
that's
touching
actually
love
tested.
song. It's a beautiful love song.
It's.
I remember there was a news story that came out, and I was happy as hell to report on it, that a woman ended up going to jail in the South because she tried to administer that test to her boyfriend. She thought for sure he was cheating.
He sent her to jail. He got to get her to go to jail. For
No,
it.
because she tried to beat up on him after he was like, "No, I'm not going to let you sniff my penis," to find out whether or not I've been
I thought
cheating
she was
on
getting
you.
sent to jail for just for asking.
The song is...
Someone has to explain to me because I don't understand.
Okay, let Me Smell Your Dick is a hip-hop song that centers around a woman who feels that she has been wronged by her lover. She feels that her lover has been stepping out on her. And so she decides to confront him, and he's being very shady about it. And so
Something's going on.
She says, you need to pull down your pants and let me smell your penis, because that way I will know if it has been in strange vagina.
He came home late.
Yes.
The chorus is like, something's going on. Let me smell your dick.
Yeah, something's going on. I know you done me wrong.
I know you done me right. Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. Let me smell your dick.
Let me smell your dick.
And so there was a girl in the South who actually believed that her boyfriend was cheating on her and tried to get this guy to pull down his pants so she could smell his penis, as if that would actually work. And he was like, "You are insane," and I'm leaving. And she beat up on him.
No shit, that's fucking insane.
And then he called the cops to come get her, and then the entire world found out that she was really stupid.
And she went to jail again when she tried to
crazy.
shoot Bayoop because she was.
By the way, Court, the video was directed by Arthur Penn.
I'm
not him
Fatboy.
again.
Yeah, I don't know.
I-
I don't know what. I'm like staring at him like, is Court in the chat room?
In the midst of you trying to
Did he
call me
say
out for getting the
something?
wrong name.
I love it.
Yeah. Okay. Now we're
That was
even.
beautiful. That was perfect.
I
That
was
was
feeling.
perfect.
I was feeling bad before about
That was
using
awesome.
Arthur Penn
Hey,
for Martin
you're not
Scorsese.
Say Dr.
but
Normal.
You're not
That's
Court?
awesome.
You're officially
You're
kind of an asshole.
I thought I was trying to get Court.
No,
on
that
the
was
show.
That's
cool.
the first time you've ever called a guest by the wrong name. I mean, you've
What's
misspelled
new?
people's names
I'm an
before.
asshole. So what?
No, I thought that was good.
That's new.
At least I'm being confused for Court. Normally on the show, I get confused for the old co-host whose name is Boomer. So I still get people calling in, and actually we get
I
people
met that
calling.
guy.
Yeah, we get people calling in sometimes asking for.
That's a good story.
The afternoon show that came 5-6 years before this one. So the fact that he
Are
confused
they
me for my
senile?
co-host. No, they're just dumb. They're just dumb and coming down off of like a 5-day meth bender, so they don't really know what year it is.
That's fair.
They're busy listening to the imaginary bugs underneath their skin screaming at them.
So a few,
Yeah, oh, you've been to Gresham.
a few weeks ago, I was working at Chopsticks 3, and these two people came in at the end of the night when there was almost nobody there, and they were the last guests. And at the end of the night,
That's so nice that you call them guests.
they were guests. They're my
That's so
guests.
cute.
I am a host at Chopsticks, but we went
They
out to
requested
the
James
and for
Taylor.
the anybody who's watching this doesn't know, I'm a KJ at Chopsticks. So we went out to the patio. I went out there and had a cigarette afterwards, had a beer, and I
Smoking
was
will kill
talking to
you.
them. And yeah,
Just saying.
it's a horrible thing. I don't do it very
I like how
often.
sophisticated and smooth he got. I had a cigarette.
Every
I
once in a
smoked
while,
for a very
you know,
long time.
I sewed
it's-
patches
it's-
onto my elbows as people waited outside.
It's not a common thing, but it happens every now and then. So, and I was talking to this fellow and his girlfriend, or his friend who was a girl, and they were talking to me about different media stuff, and then the bartender wandered out and he asked me, "How's your internship going at the Mercury?" And the guy said, "Oh, you have an internship at the Mercury? I had an internship once too at a place called KUFO." I said, "Really? Well, then you probably know Robert, Fatboy Roberts." And he's like, yeah, that's the guy who took my job.
Yeah,
And I was like, oh.
yeah, that was sort
Nice.
of. I got my job by winning a contest. So far as I know,
No,
the only.
you took it. You fought him. You beat
Well,
him.
I didn't really beat him. What happened
You kicked
was
his ass,
I-
and you took his job. That's what he told me. He
yeah,
said-
I put him in the camel clutch, and then made him
He said
call
you
me
kicked
uncle.
him in the nuts and
Yeah.
ran away, and
Yeah.
he had no recourse. But it was just very strange. It was one of those moments where it's like, oh wow, oh whoops.
I
You know,
should
like,
shut
what-
my mouth.
Yeah, no, he's
It's
a
like when
really
you say your mom to somebody, and then, my mom died like 5 years
yeah.
ago, dude.
No, he's a really cool
Oh,
guy. He's a really cool guy. Boomer is cool.
Yeah, he was a very nice fellow.
Yeah.
He's very nice. At one point, he said he hated you, but then he said, "I don't hate him. I just hate that I don't work there anymore."
Yeah.
So
Well, I was always nice to him. No,
You can blame it on old white guys.
you could. No, you could.
What about old white guys?
No, that's Mr. Robert Wagner of PDX Sucks, and also Tara Dublin, who I think coined the phrase.
Yes.
But Robert Wagner
She did.
seriously
is her name
championed it.
Tara or Tara?
I think it's Tara
Post.
Dublin, actually.
Is
Yes,
it
You know.
the infamous post.
The Post.
Is it Tara
Yes,
or
is that-
Tara?
I think
Tara. She is going to be on
believe it's Tara.
the Seventh Planet Picture Show in November.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, she and Robert Wagner are going to be my co-host things on the.
So you still haven't met
People's-
Robert, but he's going to be.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah.
invited him to do it, and he was like, "Yeah, cool, I'll do it." And that's that'll be fun. I think we're gonna watch. I think one of these Santos movies, the
Santos.
Mexican wrestler movies. So
You should.
so I'll
you
be
should
having-
have like a before that. You remember like when you were. Well, God, you're older than I think you are, though. I always think you're a little baby.
you always like think I'm like
I always think you're like
I'm like
a little,
Stephen Walling. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Little Will. But no,
Sorry, Steven.
you're much older than I always think you are.
that's a. people
So
think
did
I'm
you
young.
ever go to the drive-in movies?
Which is why I have the problem with my ID. You know?
No, I would card you.
Yeah.
I totally would. I'd be like, "Fuck you. You're 17. I'm not giving you any booze." No, I think you're 19, but I still wouldn't give you any booze. You should,
Very
So what
responsible.
were you saying?
I happen to know how
Now,
old
some
he
things
is,
I don't
which is
know,
why
like,
I give him the alcohol.
You totally turned me on to Doctor Who, which we're not going to talk about apparently because we don't want to talk about Doctor Who.
What's that, David Tennant?
But
You think the Dr. Normal should lighten up and let us talk about it more?
but you did mention Doctor Who on the show last year, and that's when I started
have that- I don't
watching
have that
it,
queued up
and I
anymore.
actually
I can't
started to
do
really
that.
like it. So
I'm glad.
But,
What was I talking about? I
but
was
what
going
were we
to say
talking
something
about?
important.
We're talking about the drive-ins.
Oh, drive-in movies. So remember when you were a kid? God, you steel trap.
He
That
is
was
a
Me?
smart motherfucker.
Not so much.
He remembers
Tiki
his own
drink.
name on the air. That's the good thing. It's,
That's what I'm telling you.
So which one am I?
Don't ask me to tell between Arthur Penn and Martin Scorsese stuff. No, I'll screw that up every
I lose
time.
sleep at night thinking about how he's twice as witty as I am, and I'm never going
You're
to.
a goddamn liar. No, you don't.
No, but no, you're fucking.
Okay,
witty.
drive-in theaters.
Yes.
Yes.
And they always had the
Pat him on the back.
cartoon before the movie started. Usually it was the Pink Panther cartoon before the movie started.
What?
Am I the only person?
No, I remember
Sounds very
there was a
familiar.
rated R Panther thing. Like there'd be a little kitty that would walk across the screen.
Sounds hot.
And then there'd be like a loud noise, and a panther would come running onto the screen, and the tail would curl up, and then
I
it'd say
don't
rated
remember that at
R.
all.
That
I
sounds
don't
like
remember
a
that at all. I
fantasy
remember when I was a
violence.
kid, though, that there
Yeah.
would be
Dude, I'm
a
old and I
Pink
don't
Panther
remember
cartoon that would come
Wow.
on before the movie.
No, that sounds familiar to me for some reason.
Maybe it's because, well, I grew up in Texas and California. Maybe it's a California thing. I don't know.
Perhaps.
So we would go, we'd watch the movie, there'd be the cartoon. You should
Certainly
have a
out of
funny
state
little
or something.
cartoon
Wasn't in
before the
Texas.
movie that you play, and you should play the Mucha Lucha. That's my whole point. I wanted to bring it back to the Mucha Lucha.
So the
luchadors.
one that we'll be probably doing in November, which
It's about a luchador.
Tara actually suggested to me herself. First, she suggested The Apple, which I don't know if you're familiar with that movie.
No, you mentioned it like 5 times. I have
Yes.
no idea what that is.
That is a movie that was Golden Globus, which
Oh god damn it!
Oh,
yeah, and you
Yeah.
can just
those
say
are
that.
some fine films from
Golden
Golden
Globus, they did Masters of the Universe. Some of their other titles are
Superman 4.
Cyborg. Cyborg with Bloodsport, American Ninja 1 through 3, I think
Yeah.
it was. Electric or Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo, which some people say is Electric
Electric
Boogaloo Breakin'
Boogaloo.
2. I don't know what the actual order of the titles is.
No,
But
there's
anyway,
Breakin' and then Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, but some people say it's Electric Boogaloo Breakin' too.
Those people are wrong.
They're
Okay.
idiots.
Trust me, I know the difference between Arthur Penn
I will trust
and
you on
Martin
that.
Scorsese.
Idiots. No, you don't.
Yeah.
I was trusting you on the other thing too, actually. But,
Trust Court.
He
I
does
know what I'm
the
talking
difference
about.
between Court and Fatboy, and he also does know how to spell
I'm going
Court.
to change your lower
Let's be
third.
fair.
Little the doctor there.
I don't even know what that means, but I
I'm
know
going to let
it's-
you talk, and I'm going to change your lower third. Right?
Oh, see, that's right. For those in radio, the lower third is
Yes.
that fancy little. Oh, look, see, you can see on the monitor.
Oh, okay.
He took it
Put
down.
it back.
Oh,
Yeah, see,
okay.
I keep
fancy
looking at
little
myself up
bottom-
there.
Oh, okay. So
Bottom of
it'll
the
say like
screen there.
it'll say like professional douchebag or something like that instead
No,
of
I
my
think
name.
it would say Court.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Smart
So,
ass.
Professional
Shaved
smart
hobbit,
ass,
yeah.
I believe, is what the website says.
But that's what your website says.
Yeah. What,
Yeah,
yeah.
so why would
professional-
that be insulting?
Professional
Twitter.
smart ass is actually on my business card if I ever remember
Yeah.
to give people my business
Your
card.
Twitter profile says that.
Yes. I think it's a nice job title.
I think it
honestly.
is.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's better than working in a cube, trust me.
No, I did that. I worked at a call center right before I got this job. Before I won the contest to get on the job. So yeah, call center for 2 years.
Makes a lot of sense.
That's not fun.
No, it's not fun at all. And I remember at one point when I was working there, the ownership, because the ownerships at call centers are seriously, it's Gestapo-like.
I used to work in a telemarketing
I've heard
firm,
about that.
so-
I've heard it's really-
The sewer line broke in the basement, and there were offices down there, and they were too cheap to actually get it fixed in a efficient fashion. So for 2.5 weeks, we had 2 porta potties outside of a building that had 60 employees, and they just handed us all hand sanitizer and a pack of napkins
That's so vile.
at this call center. And meanwhile, the basement just sort of just crusted over this thin film of
That's America.
yeah, and that's what I had to work in.
That's
And then,
kind
like,
of
I think
like-
2 months after that, I ended up getting fired for being sick of turning into like a Howard Beale.
And that story's a really good metaphor for the apple. Like I would.
The movie?
Oh, the app. We're back to apples.
See how he did that?
No, I would
That's
say that.
good.
I would say that
was attention
is,
span.
what he
That
just
was
described
uncanny attention
is
span.
exactly what I would say.
I'm looking
Was
for
my
the
experience
IMDb.
with the
I gotta
apple.
get
It
on-
was
get
like
on
a
that.
sewer. It was like a sewer main directed into my ear, kind of flowing into my
And
brain.
so you want to watch this?
No, I don't. No,
Oh.
Tar, I did
Tara
watch
wants
it.
to
Tara
watch it.
suggested it. Now it is a funny bad movie, but they're just it's just so horrifying that instead of being able to think of anything to say during it, I was just sitting there the entire time like. And for those who are listening to the audio, that's me with my mouth open, like on South Park when the characters are horrified. Like
I was gonna like display it for them, but it wouldn't make any sense because again, audio,
I was just like that.
jaw drop.
I this rictus of surprise and anguish.
That's a cool word.
Is this
Rictus.
the Apple
Yeah, I like the word
1980?
rictus.
In 1980?
Yes.
What year?
The Golden Globus.
There's one
1980.
called. There's one.
It's
that
got
was
a big
made in
apple on the
1959.
DVD case picture. Is it
No, he
We'll
doesn't have
find
to
it.
directed by
do-
Menahem Gold?
There it is.
Globus?
Menachem.
I have to ask. This is another movie. Now, last time I asked about a movie, it was a movie I hated. This is a movie I genuinely love. Have you seen Bubba Hotep?
Yes.
See, that is a
good
bad
movie, yeah.
movie that was not intended to be a good movie at all, but it was an excellent movie.
Yeah,
Here's the
it's,
apple.
I mean,
it's just like
that
that's like
wasn't-
Army of
I
Darkness.
thought it was good.
Excellent.
I thought it was what it wanted to be.
I thought it was
Exactly.
too. It was. It was.
Yeah, that's-
It knew what it
It's
was
just like
aiming
Army
for,
of
and it hit
Darkness
it.
or Evil
But
Dead.
I
like,
actually,
you know.
I may have enjoyed it more than Army of Darkness, which that is one of my favorite movies.
That is a bold statement.
But you
It
know
is a
what,
bold statement. It's
Will?
one of my
It's much
favorite
like this
movies.
DVD case of the Apple.
Exactly. That's what I. Yes,
That's right.
With the, it's a musical basically.
Jesus Christ, that looks
ribbing
awful.
at the.
It's a musical.
It's a musical.
That's terrible.
A rock
don't really-
musical that ribs at the record industry while tying that in with the Adam and Eve story, the Genesis.
Dude, wait a minute.
Book of Genesis.
That's not my
so.
thing.
There's the guy back here.
They
in the
very
back of the
literally-
Showgirls. It looks like a porn film.
Let me
I
see.
think.
There's a horrible lack of subtlety with their use of the Genesis myth too. It's
I don't
See this
see
guy
it.
back
Awful.
here?
Those the solid gold dancers?
Yeah.
That's
Are
awesome.
they having
I think I
sex
saw an
with a
orgy
jackhammer?
that looked like that in a Marilyn
oh
Chambers
my God,
film
that's
once.
my mom. No, that's your mom.
Like Prince's performance at the VMAs. I'm going all Dennis
Good night,
Miller here all of
everybody.
a sudden. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Wouldn't that be
I'll
funny if
stop
somebody
that.
interrupted Prince? Like, I'm gonna let you finish, Prince.
Oh,
I'm gonna let you
boy.
finish.
Oh no, you don't.
I'm just saying. I don't like you. I don't like you at all.
Did I just destroy everything?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you brought up Prince. I don't like him.
You don't like Prince at all.
No.
Not
Really?
musically? I mean, even if you had to
Really?
divorce
Prince is
the
amazing.
image of the guy.
Okay.
Okay.
Like okay.
Are you not like a big fan
Prince is amazing.
of funk music at all?
No, I like funk.
You like funk music, but you don't like.
I think Prince's music is okay.
What's Kimmy Chaos's favorite music?
Oh, God.
It's
That's a hard
covered
question
this?
to ask,
That's
especially
really
in 2009,
difficult.
because
It's
so
really
many people have diversified
It
their
is,
taste.
but if you asked me my favorite band, I could say it. It took me years
I could
to
tell
come
you who
to
my
a conclusion,
favorite.
but I could say
I
it.
could tell you who my favorite.
But I won't say it
My
unless you
favorite
ask.
vocalist is. Who's your favorite
who's
band? No.
Your favorite band, then her favorite vocalist.
My favorite band is Ween.
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 And now her favorite
Tom
vocalist.
Waits.
Tom Waits? Wow.
I have a great
Tom
love
Waits
of Tom
is good.
Waits.
No big surprise.
No,
Yeah.
it doesn't surprise anyone. I also enjoy Nick Cave.
Of course.
Ah.
And
I just
Louis
found out the other
Armstrong.
day.
But music, I prefer blues
Yeah.
or punk.
Yeah, there you go.
That's where
I just found out not Tom Waits, Nick Cave did a cover of Black Betty by Ram Jam. I had no idea he did that. It was like on an album in like 1986, and it's creepy.
I
mean, because everything he does is creepy, but-
Oh yeah,
No,
no.
surely not.
But the way it ramps up, like there's this
I've
whole
not, I,
Tom
haven't, I haven't heard it.
it's like this weird little voodoo beginning where you can't even really tell what the hell he's saying, but it starts picking up speed
You
and
can't tell
building
what
like a
he's singing half the
locomotive.
time.
I like
Yeah,
it.
true.
Tom Waits. You can't
And then at like about
No.
a minute and a half in, it just launches into the song itself, and it's amazing.
No, this is Nick Cave, right?
Nick Cave. Nick
Oh,
Cave in the
okay, I
Bad
thought you were talking about
Seeds.
Tom Waits. Okay.
Yeah.
No,
No, Nick Cave. The thing I like about Tom Waits is even in his more recent recordings,
Yeah.
there is authentic sound. He doesn't try to weed out every little stray sound. You actually hear that.
And there's really nobody
hear
else doing that right
everything.
now.
No.
Well, I guess maybe.
Well, you haven't heard the latest Tom Waits where he's doing the auto tuning.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Tom Waits is all. No, I think Jack White's probably the last modern artist right now who's basically just recording it, just throwing it on an 8-track and letting the reel-to-reel go.
And here's then it's the same thing I like about blues, and it's the same thing I like about punk.
Yeah.
Is that, and I'm not talking about new processed punk. I'm talking about like real punk when you record it in a garage, and it sounds like what it sounds like. I like
Blink
music.
182.
I'm gonna smack you.
We went over this last week.
Have
311.
Do you want me to hit you?
Wait, 311 isn't even punk.
She
But you're
will.
just shouting out band names now.
Do you remember earlier
That's
when
what I
I
was doing.
encouraged him to smack the microphone
I
away
want
from
attention.
somebody?
You know what? It'll be a first for StrangeLove Live. You just haul off and Will would be the perfect guest for that.
I don't
it's
want to
like,
hit Will. I
and
like
he'd come
him.
back too. He'd come back
I
next
like
week.
him.
And
I
be like,
don't-
oh,
I
dude,
don't
I love
wanna hit
StrangeLove
him.
Live. Yeah.
I like getting hit. Okay.
It jumped me. It took me out.
Kim McGill's gave me a black eye. Be on next week though.
Exactly. Nick
Yeah,
Cave
no.
makes me want to commit suicide, by the way.
What
then
was
he's doing it right.
One of my favorite
Yeah.
tweets is that like
It's like after a
makes
while,
me
like,
wanna,
fuck, Cammy, can you turn this
redecorate
off?
my
I'm
walls
so
with
depressed.
blood and something.
Yeah.
One of my favorite tweets that I ever tweeted was
I
about
like his voice. I
the,
like his
the
sound.
emotional
I just-
response that I have to Nick Cave when
Yeah.
Something's
I
gotta
was riding
die
the bus
when
one
you're
day
done.
and listening to Nick Cave and I realized, oh shit, I need to turn this off now.
Yeah.
You can't play it for your
Way
plants. Like
Way too engrossed in like the murder ballad world of Nick Cave, and then I switched to Tom Waits.
That's when you're parenting, right? That's usually.
I'm not allowed to listen to Nick Cave or Tom Waits around the child. She thinks
Yeah.
that they are both very depressing.
Well,
She
see,
will
I-
accept punk music.
Are you play it for her?
Tom Waits, yes. Nick Cave, no.
I think it'd be difficult for kids to get that. Yeah.
Well, see, now I can kind of understand why you're not so big into the Prince now.
Yeah.
That sort of makes sense. Yeah.
He's very processed.
The
yeah.
kids don't really get Prince.
He's very processed. He's very plasticine, almost
Yeah.
almost
I like-
Rubbermaid funk.
I like very authentic music.
Yeah.
No one wants to murder anybody after listening to.
I want to murder
that's
people after
Raspberry
listening
Beret
to
or
Chris.
something,
No, that's
right?
not true. I do. That makes me want to hurt people.
You want to after you listen to
pussy
Prince,
control.
what happens is you want to get laid, and maybe you'll swing both ways this
no,
time.
I don't
and
want to.
experiment.
I don't want to
That's
get
how
laid
you
after
feel.
I listen to Prince. It's not true.
Yeah, I
don't.
wouldn't say that Prince turns me on, but
I want to
like his
clamp
music.
my legs
No, his
shut
really.
and never be near something sexy again. I just
I Raspberry Beret is a great song.
No, Prince used to seduce people with the Bible. Back in the day, he would read them Bible passages.
Who?
yeah. Here's the
Prince.
thing.
Oh,
The
I thought you were
Bible-
talking about Nick Cave.
I don't find the Bible
Well, now he's a
seductive
Jehovah's
either.
Witness. He goes door to door and does a field service.
Does he
so-
wear the suit and ride the bicycle?
Apparently.
No, that don't even. Okay.
I've just gotten in trouble with Dr.
Yeah.
Neil.
It's true.
Did you hear that Prince and Nick Cave are touring together?
I didn't hear
Look,
that.
I don't want to take
No,
my shoe
I'm
off and throw it
serious.
to you.
Really?
Okay.
Is that true?
It's not. It's not. He's making it up.
No, Corn,
Don't-
it's not true.
It's okay. What was the old boomer? It's okay, boomer.
It's all right, Boomer.
Hey, can I get back to Prince once again?
Yes. Go
No.
Because he's the last pop artist that I remember. Because old guy.
Yeah.
Remember old guy.
You are.
Anyway,
yeah, you're an old guy. We could add up the ages
So
in this room, and they
that
wouldn't even
Purple
equal
Rain
yours.
movie. There would be a seventh.
That would be a seventh planet. Because
come on,
I've never seen
Purple
that.
Rain.
Because I actually own that movie, and
Do you?
I know I owned it. I should say owned it because I sold
shit.
it back in the last. So
I was gonna say,
every
what a
like 6 months I go
fine
through, and
because I haven't seen it.
if there's a bunch of DVDs
hear
that I
it's
haven't
really bad.
watched in about a year, I gotta sell them back. And
That would be a good thing for us to do, but it won't happen.
You know what I
Yeah.
haven't seen, but I want to watch. What I think would probably make a good flick for the Seventh Planet Picture Show is Cool as Ice. I haven't
Vanilla
watched
Ice
it.
movie?
Have you watched it?
no.
Vanilla Ice, apparently, it's kind of like I think Vanilla Ice's take on Purple Rain, and he sort of comes into town on a yellow bike and
On a yellow what?
on a yellow motorcycle, and just kind of like changes this small town's
Cool
world.
as Ice would probably be a
because
very good
he's-
Seventh Planet. Yes, I agree with you.
I haven't seen it though, so I don't know.
No, that would probably be good.
The
You
best
shouldn't be
thing-
allowed to make
The best
movies.
thing in Purple Rain was Morris Day.
Yes.
Right. The scene.
The best
with
thing about
Morris Day.
Prince was Morris Day.
I haven't even seen Purple
Exactly.
Rain.
Cool
I
little
don't
story
know
about
either have
Prince
I.
and Morris Day. The Time used to
I
open
know what's about- I
for
should see
Prince on tour, and I think from like '82 to '84. And on the Purple Rain tour, the Time got kicked off because they were blowing Prince off stage before Prince could go on stage. And Prince wrote all the songs for the Time, and basically would sing all the scratch tracks for the Time for Morris Day because Morris Day couldn't sing really. And so they'd go out and they'd do their show and like, what? Hallelujah! And
That was awesome.
That
Do
was
it again.
nice.
Great song.
Do it
Very
again.
nice.
Do it again.
no, I'm not gonna do
Come
it.
on, please.
Do it again.
I'm not your monkey court. And
No, he's Boomer.
that's what I'm sorry, but
That's like Jon Stewart on the.
Hey, you know
the show. I'm not
yes,
your
but no. So he kicked them off. He kicked them off like halfway through the Purple Rain tour, if I remember
He's
the
gonna
story
do it
correctly.
again in a few
'Cause-
minutes.
No, Love. What were you gonna say?
I was
I
gonna
think
say,
I wanna know ya, know
I'll go
ya.
down to Will's chopsticks there, and you and I could.
Oh yeah,
do
we did the
a
dance.
little
You
more.
guys should come and sing some karaoke.
That's scary. That's really
Say
scary.
that
on
to him.
video.
Don't ever say that to me.
Oh, you
That's
should
like
sing
a
some
mid
No,
40
sweetie.
guy.
It's
Just
not something that
That's
you
no,
want.
that's what
You
it
got
is
some
now.
good
I mean, it's when you stop and realize that in about
You can
what,
sing
like
some Alice
5 years,
Cooper.
it's gonna be a
You like Alice
30-year-old
Cooper?
movie.
Alice Cooper,
yeah.
good.
Oh Jesus.
In 5 years, it's gonna be a 30-year-old movie. It's 25 years old this year. Purple
What is-
Rain, I believe.
Oh, Jesus.
You know,
Yes.
I remember when Led Zeppelin was still a band,
Yeah.
so
Goonies
it
is
doesn't even
25
register.
next year. I've just heard from the ether that Goonies will be 25 years
I
old.
remember when
next year.
U2 released their first
And by
album, which
ether,
kicked
we
ass,
all
by
know
the
who I'm
way. I mean,
talking
everyone
about.
went, "Wow, that was amazing."
Yeah, it was a good album. Why can't you two make music like that again?
I know. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
YouTube
Well, I know why,
doesn't make
exactly.
music anymore. They make overproduced, overprocessed
Yeah.
crap
Thank
now.
you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
It would be nice if they just took it back.
This all make me feel
Yeah.
very bad about turning 30, which I shouldn't feel bad about.
That's okay. I'm
but
older than you.
Yeah, I know.
It's
Just
okay.
hang out with
He's-
the old
wait,
people and you'll feel
He's
fine.
like way older than you.
I'm like way older than everybody.
Watching Zardoz last night made me feel
What
pretty
is
good about
Zardoz?
old
This
This is
guy
what.
in
Zarda, it was the Sean Connery, Red Leather
Oh
Diaper.
yeah, no.
Stonehead vomiting guns.
It's
That's
actually,
right,
you know
Stonehead
what? I
vomiting
expected
guns
it to.
now.
I had heard so many things about. I expected it to be
What-
a bad movie, and it's actually
What do we call this
pretty
movie?
good.
What's the name?
Zardoz.
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 Just look up Sean
Z-A-R-D-O-Z.
Connery.
It's actually
then
a pretty
find
good
it.
movie. It's a
gonna try
weird
to
movie,
find
but
an image
I
of Sean
liked it.
Connery
I
in his
really
diaper.
liked it.
Yeah.
I was thinking about doing it for the seventh
Actually, if you
planet. I was
Google
like,
image
Okay,
search,
I
wait.
can't do
Sean
this because
Connery.
this
I'm
is
trying
too
to
good.
remember. What's that Sean Connery? It was like a sci-fi
Sean
Sean
Connery.
Connery movie.
Outland.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
I haven't
you.
seen that.
that was
Oh.
kind of.
Is it-
I enjoyed that movie.
That's kind
I
of
know
a
I
good
shouldn't
movie.
have, but I
Alright.
really
at the
enjoyed
time,
that.
it was
Do we
good.
have that movie?
I was in Highlander.
Good question.
I think we have too many movies.
It-
If I could ask
You
that
know, it was
question
kinda
with a
like,
straight face and
um,
be like, do I own that? I don't know. I really like that movie.
Outland was kind of like that
Oh my
alien
gosh, giggling people.
vibe
A
or
leather
something.
cop.
A little
He was
bit.
a
It was
cop.
kind of
He was
dark.
like a space
Yeah,
cop,
he was
basically.
a space cop.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, he was
like
a
that
sheriff.
movie. I like that. He
I haven't
reminded me
seen that.
kind of
That
of my
sounds awesome.
grandfather in that movie a little bit.
Yeah.
Only my grandfather
It
was
was
not
all
a
about
space
corporate
sheriff.
I was
conspiracy
about
and
to
shit.
ask. Like, really? Well,
He was a
then.
sheriff, but not a space
Speaking
sheriff.
of space cops, there's a movie called Galaxina that's really awful. About a bunch
Galaxina?
of space cops with a robot.
Galaxina sounds like a porno.
It's the robot named Galaxina who was Playmate of the year before they made the movie, I think.
Okay,
And
see, there
it was
you
late
go.
70s. And it was one of those movies that is like there's a treasure trove of beautifully lovely bad movies that, and you know this, that were trying to be Star Wars after Star Wars came out, you know? And
Yeah, they were
there
trying to-
Like the black
are-
hole.
There are almost, I would say that there are hundreds, actually.
But hey, that had Maximilian
Hundreds.
Schell.
Yes, it
Hundreds.
did.
Star Wars was like a singularity
Where do we
that
place-
Spell
drew
that
a bunch of
movie,
movies
spell
into
that
it and made
movie.
it
Wait,
into
where do we
a-
place Johnny Mnemonic?
Galaxina?
On the scale of bad movies.
We don't place
Sean
Johnny
Connery.
Mnemonic. Sean Connery. Zardoz? Z-A-R-D-O-Z.
Zardoz.
I've never
Oh,
even
got it
heard
right
of that. It
Yeah.
sounds like
I think John
Lardass.
Borman
That's
directed
the
it, but I might
movie
be
with
wrong.
the head that spits guns at my face. And just delicious.
I miss James Bond.
You know what was really upsetting is when they made an Avengers movie. That was what that was
From
upsetting.
the British TV show.
Oh
and they
my
made it into a
freaking
movie.
God.
Yeah, with Ray Fiennes.
Yeah, and Sean Connery.
Yes,
Ray
and Sean Connery is a
Fiennes.
man who could control the weather. And didn't he wear like little teddy bears on his kilt or something like that?
And they had the teddy bears like in the
I need to see
teddy.
this.
Oh, I couldn't
No,
even
don't
watch
see
the
it. It's
whole
a bad
thing. No,
movie.
I
It's a
couldn't.
very
I,
bad movie.
I couldn't watch it.
love
And Uma
that kind
Thurman
of
was Emma Peel, wasn't she?
Yes,
Yes.
Uma Thurman was Emma Peel, and the only reason I think it made any money on its opening weekend was because the poster had a picture of Ray Fiennes and a bowler on this side, Sean Connery's giant head, and then dead center of the poster was Emma Peel looking over her shoulder at you in a Catwoman suit.
Well, Emma
And that's why
Peel
people went
did
to see
once
it.
wear the black leather catsuit.
To the monitor.
To the
Yes,
monitor.
to the
Ladies and
monitor.
gentlemen.
That's Zardoz.
Oh
there
my
you go.
God!
Yes.
That's what I wore for most of the movie when I was making it. But then I had to put on a vest in the middle because I get sophisticated
Oh my
and I learn
God.
about
I am
technology.
really emotionally disturbed by this picture.
And then, he takes
Zardoz.
off the top
And I can't
stuff.
stop
And you can
looking.
just, it's most of it he's walking around with his
Why
chest
does
hair
it say
out.
Burt Reynolds? I thought it was Sean Connery.
It's
The captions
the internet,
here
it's-
says,
yeah, it's-
I am very
unbelievable
upset
as
They
right
put a
now.
meme in your meme so
Highlander
you can
2
lol
is
while
not
you lol.
Sean Connery's worst
Burt
movie.
Reynolds would have been, you could pretty much, take Sean Connery out and just, punch Burt
I am
Reynolds
very
right in
upset
there.
right
and it
now.
would have
Can I just
worked
say something?
perfectly.
Dr.
Stop.
Michael Normal. Take that off my screen.
I'm going to make a comment about
Take it
this
off the
picture.
screen.
What else you like,
One
my
comment.
I'm just gonna go look at. I'm
I
gonna
need
go
to
look.
make a
I'm
comment.
a high lava lamp.
Make a
How
It's
are
as
you?
if he ripped off Tom Selleck's mustache and the strappings in the Ferrari
Yes.
and put it on his body.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
I'm a trained killer.
Like, what if Magnum PI was a transformer? It
Magnum
would look
PI
like that.
is on Hulu now, is what Dr. Normal was saying.
Oh,
I was,
very
Oh my
cool.
god,
I was watching Magnum PI last night. I can't help it. I love TC.
Jarvatron sent me the funniest clip from that show that I've
That was
ever
disturbing.
Yeah.
seen.
That was
in my
James
life.
Bond in a red undie.
It had is this
was
woman
upsetting.
that yells at the Magnum at the Tom Selleck, and then she tries to stick her parrot on him, and the parrot's flying at Magnum
do
PI.
that with parrots? Can you-
Apparently,
Is that part, can you sick a
if you
parrot?
believe Magnum PI, you can. But because
Did
Magnum
he have
PI's
some
buddy.
nuts in his pocket or something?
I would imagine he's Magnum PI.
It's
It didn't
Tom
matter
Selleck. Of
because
course,
his,
he had
his
nuts in his
buddy was
pocket.
like Dr. Livingstone with the jungle hat, and he
Zang.
cawed at the parrot in a certain
Radio.
way, which caused it to fly up into a helicopter. And
TC's helicopter.
and
StrangeLove
TC was
makes
like, "Oh
no
shit, what did I do?" And
statement
the
as to
feathers
Tom
are flying
Selleck's
everywhere. Then the woman's like, "I
personal
hate
life.
you." It was fantastic.
Damn!
It made me want
Jarvatron
to
has
watch
all the best shit.
It made me want to watch Magnum PI.
It's on Hulu.
I think I might watch
Actually,
it.
okay.
You should. I enjoy.
If we're going to talk about
I enjoy
crazy
Magnum
things that
PI.
you can watch on Hulu, I highly suggest season 4. I forget what the number of the episode is. It's an episode of Miami Vice. Now, this was Miami Vice. Just watching it on
Miami
Hulu.
fucking
Watching
Vice,
Miami Vice on
baby.
Hulu is cool enough as it is. I'm not going to
I already
make.
know I want to watch
and-
this. Whatever it is you're talking about, I want to watch it.
Are you serious? You've never seen Miami Vice?
No. Miami Vice is awesome.
Okay.
It's great. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. But there's an episode in the 4th season, and I was turned on to this by Eric Hendrickson of the Portland Mercury, because he's a huge Miami Vice fan. This was where they were starting to run out of plots, and they
can
needed
see
to
that.
make sure that people were still watching their show. And so they did what a lot of shows in the 80s did, was they introduced an alien subplot.
Oh yes.
Because
In
that's
Miami
what you
Vice.
do.
In Miami Vice, there was an
when
alien.
shit's not working.
Yeah, there was an
snap.
alien
I gotta watch
subplot in
that.
Miami Vice, and the alien was played by James Brown.
Oh no.
And
yes.
he headed up a cult
What?
of people who would eat peanut butter, and
I
then
think
James.
he's fucking lying.
I'm not lying. And then James Brown would appear to you, and then the screen would turn
Googling it.
multicolored, and you would hear "I Feel Good."
What kind of drugs were you taking?
I
when
really
you
know this.
watched
You can go on
this?
Hulu right now.
Dr. Normal.
And here's the thing: James Brown played a character named Lou DeLong because they wouldn't let him
sir,
play
why
James
do you
Brown.
describe such wonders to me when I cannot see them before
It's
my
like a
eyes in the
magical
moment? I
unicorn.
need to watch this.
Chris Rock is also in the episode playing a computer nerd who checks.
Chris Rock would have
Oh
been
my
like
God.
10.
Exactly. He was, and he has a unibrow, and he checks message boards to find out about alien abductions
I
that are
almost feel
going
like
on.
I should just go punch Eric for never
Yeah.
telling me about this.
So you've got Chris Rock talking to Admiral
I'm, like,
Adama from
torn-
Battlestar.
I'm torn between your sincerity and my complete disbelief of this.
That's why I'm being
well,
so
you guys
sincere.
did tell me about Bible Man too. And
Yes,
that-
Bible
Bible
Man is interesting.
Man!
Yes,
Have you seen that?
I have.
Starring Willie Ames from Charles
Yeah,
in Charge.
but-
And he looks like he's wearing
Buddy.
a luchador mask with a big Batman plate.
But
Isn't
no,
it-
I'm telling you, you got to watch this episode
No,
of Miami
that
Vice.
sounds
I'm disturbed.
awesome.
It's great. It is
I
the
am
awesome.
serious.
Wait, what is it? I need to write
Season
it down.
four.
It's in season 4. You can find it on Hulu.
Dr.
James
Normal
Brown
is
is in
looking
it.
for
Yeah,
it.
James Brown is in it.
I don't know, season
And
right
it
there.
is one of the greatest, most mind-bending things you will ever see. And it's amazing that it was ever produced and shown on television. It might be the worst episode of television that has ever been aired.
Dr.
No,
Normal,
no.
find it. Find it.
It might
Do
be.
you have
It
it?
might be.
Star Wars
Can
Holiday
I? No. Can I
I
tell
That
you?
doesn't
find
exist.
this.
I'll tell
If
you.
it exists, I will
I'll tell
find
you.
it.
That's almost when the series jumps the shark. But when the series
Are you-
really
you
jumps the
saying
shark,
that that's not jumping the shark?
Yes, is when you have Sasquatch in your show.
Sasquatch was in Miami Vice?
James Brown as an
Almost.
alien doesn't do it enough.
No.
It
The
has to
way
be
they
Sasquatch?
ended the $6 million
In Miami
land
Vice?
Oh, yeah,
was
no,
with
yes.
Sasquatch.
And you know what?
Man.
But
Steve Austin hung
but
out
you know
in the
what?
cave
That
with
was all
Sasquatch.
worth it. You want to know why that was all worth it?
Why?
It was all worth it.
He couldn't
because,
get a date with the bionic
because
woman,
then
so
the
he was
Venture
hanging out with
Brothers came
Sasquatch.
along, and the
Yeah,
Venture Brothers
that's
took
true.
that shit
Well,
and
yeah.
they made it fucking gold.
Yes, they did. Venture Brothers is awesome.
Yeah,
One
it's
of the
good
best
stuff.
shows on TV currently
Yes.
right now.
Good stuff.
Yes,
Is it
it
still
This
on?
Miami
It's
Vice
still on.
thing
Yes,
isn't
new
coming
season
up.
started.
See, I just download stuff.
And I
every
don't
once
have it.
in a
I have to
while, so
wait until I can
don't
get
do
it. Like a good girl, the nice way that I'm allowed to have it.
I just steal TV. I don't watch commercials. I just steal it.
I'm a good person.
I steal everything. I steal movies. I steal
I'm a
music.
nice, good
Hi, I'm a
person.
criminal.
I'm a
StrangeLove
nice,
Live
good
doesn't-
person. StrangeLove does not condone the
Condones
stealing of things.
stealing anything,
And I
or
don't
James
think
Brown
you should
is an
do it
alien.
unless you want to. But I would do
What a
it. if I
stinging
he's a
were.
rebuke.
criminal.
Yeah.
So no, I had another. What was that? The TV show with Don Johnson and Cheech Marin.
Oh, Nash Bridges.
Nash Bridges. I really wish I could say I never watched that
Not
show.
coming up.
I watched the shit out of that show.
Yeah.
I
I
thought,
heard it was an okay show.
I
heard it was
like
an alright show.
Cheech.
Wasn't
What is
Tracy
it about?
Lords on that show?
yes.
Tracy Lords. Ooh.
Yeah, she wasn't naked.
there's
Don't get
an
excited.
Brooke Shields, yeah.
Talk about showing your age.
Brooke Shields. Brooke Shields had
Dude,
me
I'm the guy
hit
who made the Marilyn Chambers reference. Come on.
Farrah Fawcett.
Yeah, true, but that's
Maybe
like
she
thinking a Babe
rested.
Ruth reference at this point now. Marilyn
Maybe she
Chambers.
rested
She's like the,
in
yeah,
peace.
she's like the Babe Ruth of porn, essentially.
Yeah, anyone can make a Marilyn Chambers.
She's
She's got to point to the
Chambers
orifice
reference.
before she gets the home run there.
No, anyone can make the reference because she's a historical figure.
Yeah.
So everyone knows about it.
Here it is.
Whereas Tracy Lord's reference makes him old
Yeah.
because she's not yet historical.
So I guess what's the analogy here? If we're going to use a sports analogy, tortured to the porn thing, Marilyn Chambers is to Babe Ruth as Tracy Lords is to like Don Mattingly. There we go.
Is this a SAT?
I don't
What?
know who done
Is
that
this a
is.
SAT test
Yeah,
now?
I think we're taking the SATs
I'm sorry.
Okay.
of porn
I
and
apologize.
sports.
I've ruined the show.
No, I just don't.
I've
get,
gotten all Dennis
I
Miller
just
again.
don't get
God
sports
damn it.
references.
Dennis Miller.
Yeah.
Fatboy, you ruined the show again.
You know what's really sad?
What's
Dennis
your
Miller.
politics?
Dennis Miller is no fuck that. Dennis Miller
His
is like
politics are fuck that.
Dennis Miller is
Just
like
saying.
he's a commentator on Bill O'Reilly's show now.
Yes, he is.
He doesn't even have his own show. He just shows up for 10 minutes on Bill O'Reilly's show every day.
Because Dennis Miller is a douchebag.
And you know what's
Republican pundit.
No, he's a butt plug.
he's a butt plug. He's a butt
He's a
horn.
butt plug.
What?
He's a
That's
butt plug
Despiser.
whore.
And he doesn't even make
He's a
current pop culture.
douchebag butt plug whore.
He doesn't even make current pop culture references anymore. He
Well,
makes
now,
like
be
40s
careful.
pop culture references.
Now be careful. I don't make current podcast.
But at least you stay within the 70s to 80s.
Dude, he's gonna jump over that counter. He's gonna jump over that table. You better watch it.
Yeah, and you have
He's
brains
gonna
in
knock
there.
over that old spaghetti factory glass and just like go down. It's all over.
Clang.
Are they on the sponsor list? Old Spaghetti Factory.
I would happily accept
Oh, sorry.
sponsorship from the old Spaghetti Factory,
I can't
but
get the Hulu
somehow,
up.
What about Lagunitas?
somehow I don't. I think they're more
cool.
willing to
one
sponsor
of my favorite
somebody
breweries,
the old
Lagunitas.
Spaghetti
I have a
Factory.
question.
Yes.
But man, I want
I'm
some
gonna have to
noodles
pull
with some
something up here.
Mizithra right now. Damn, I'm hungry.
Lagunitas,
Here's the
cool
best
and
thing.
refreshing.
Wait a minute. You know where I'm going with this. Talk about old guy stuff.
Are you
Here's the
old?
best thing ever
Are we
that was
doing the
ever,
Dr. Normal's old
ever
thing?
on TV. And if you guys
God.
haven't watched it, you need to go and you need to watch it. I got the
Look,
box
Sonny,
set.
if you haven't seen this.
The British television series UFO.
Oh, I knew you were
what is
going
it?
there.
No, I haven't seen it. I haven't
Oh,
seen
come
it.
on.
I haven't seen it.
UFO.
UFO?
UFO.
I am ashamed.
Have you
From
ever seen?
1969.
Have you
I
ever
would like
seen
it.
the Thunderbirds?
Sounds good.
I've only seen like 1 or 2 episodes.
It's the same guy that made the Thunderbirds, but it's live action.
It was
Oh,
his
okay.
first
And it's
And he
hot
made-
chicks in little mini skirts and boots and
on the
purple
moon.
wigs on the moon.
In submarines
I mean, there's guys, there's two.
with guys with Nehru
I'll applaud
jackets,
just for the description of that.
all shooting.
I actually
down
have to
flying
thank.
saucers
I
all the
have to
time.
thank UFO for the fact that my husband was attracted to me because I used to wear little tiny dresses and really big boots, and I'm convinced he thought that I was an extra from UFO when he met me.
That just sounds like something from Starfleet, though.
Yeah.
Same
big
thing.
boots
He
and-
also liked the Star Trek.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they got
So,
rid of that when they did the Next Generation thing. I think.
Yeah,
but-
that's
Probably-
sad.
You know what? Next
Makes me wanna
Generation.
cry.
My biggest
We're gonna
beef
get into
with
the Star
that.
Trek here. Here we go.
So yeah, because I can just jump right into that discussion.
Oh, we gotta get everyone's favorite Star
It's
Trek.
so
Here we go.
politically
Here we go.
correct.
Okay.
That's
I got this for
Next
you.
Generation is so politically correct. It's so.
It's kind of stayed. It's kind of stodgy.
It's
See, here's the thing that I've had an issue with.
No, I'm gonna pull Will
No, this
Radik
is
and
important.
do UFO right there. You see that?
Yeah,
That's UFO?
I really hate
Yeah.
looking at his
I want to
hair,
watch
though.
that.
wow, that guy is creepy.
I'm sure
Yeah,
that
isn't
show
he?
is probably
He's
not
super
politically
creepy.
correct.
He gets
like,
more creepy
See the
when you
chick with
watch
the
it.
purple wig?
Ah,
Moon Girl.
I like
Moon
that.
Girl.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. All right, so what were you going to say about Star
totally
Trek?
see it.
Oh, so my problem with the political correctness of Star Trek is that it actually strips the femininity away from women, and it gets in the whole feminazi movement where
But then
like
there is Counselor
where there are
Troy.
women that like get pissed off at you for wearing a short skirt because you're a woman, and you're like, well, I'm a woman, I can wear a short skirt if I want to. And they're like, you're degrading all of us, and I'm like, fuck you, I'm wearing a short skirt.
Yeah,
you.
you're
Yeah.
like the like a what do
And
they
Star
say,
Trek
second
did that.
wave,
They're
third
like,
wave
we're gonna
feminists?
dress you all like men, and because we're equal. And I was like, fuck you, I'm not equal. I am a woman.
Yeah, there are differences. But, feminism isn't erasing the gender lines. It's
Exactly.
noticing the gender lines and then
Saying
not really,
they don't matter.
Yeah, they don't matter.
It's
You're
like-
not really giving a fuck and not making special allowances for those gender
It's
lines.
not saying I can't wear stilettos.
I also
in
have a
dress.
problem with the very
Fat and beardy?
conservative.
Oh,
Thank you.
I have a problem with the fat and
very
nerdy.
conservative
I don't
feminism,
like
like
'em.
the kind of original feminism, where it's kind of like you have to be sort of like. Why am I not thinking of this word? What is the word that has to do with the like puritanical feminism? Yes.
See, I have all
The word
sorts
that
of
has to do with the
issues
Puritans,
with
puritanical.
feminism. I think feminism is great when you're empowering women to
Austere.
do what it is that they
Austere.
want to do. But I'm a stay-at-home mom with
Yeah.
tattoos who likes to wear short skirts and big boots. I like the fact that I'm a stay-at-home mother. It makes me happy and it makes me proud. And I hate being frowned upon by career women who are all pissy with me because
You're not wearing a
I'm
power
setting
suit.
back feminism by, oh my God, happily being a stay-at-home mother because it's what I want to do.
well, I think that makes all the difference. As
As long as you're not a mommy blogger.
you can.
I'm a blogger and I'm a mommy, but I'm not a fucking mommy blogger.
Well, you can knee-jerk react to the idea that you are a stay-at-home mom because you don't understand the difference between you choosing to be a stay-at-home mom because you like to be
Correct.
a stay-at-home mom because you love the satisfaction that it gets, as opposed to just being expected to be a stay-at-home mom and being forced to be a stay-at-home mom
Correct.
because of the societal influences that are
entire
being forced
point
upon
is-
you. Yeah.
in this day and age, I have a choice.
Yeah.
And I've made it, and I hate being frowned upon because of it.
Well, no, that's patently bullshit.
I think that is what sets feminism back.
Men and women are not the same.
This got really
They're
fucking
equal.
serious.
Yeah, they're equal.
So we started
but
talking
they're
about
not
Star
the
Trek
same.
and we see what
UFO
happens.
stuff.
Yeah.
Star Trek does this shit to people.
Yeah.
So I'd say like
More chicks in short skirts and purple wigs, please.
It's
Yes,
it's okay to
please.
recognize that there are differences between the sexes.
Or just
but
get a picture of
they're not-
Uhura
They're
up.
not the
Yes.
same exact thing.
New Uhura.
New Uhura, yeah, Zoe Saldana, nice short skirts in that movie too.
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
noticed. Yes.
I really appreciated that they brought that back.
Oh yeah. And I think that's part of the reason why the new movie worked.
They brought everything back.
Not just because of the story. I mean, the story had plot holes,
Plus,
but
she got it on the spot.
I would have liked a
Hello.
better villain and more character development.
yeah, but I mean, it
And
was
more-
fun.
more-
The
You
tone
You
was
can't have
correct.
everything.
More McCoy.
Yeah. It was
Yes,
fun.
yes.
The
I
tone
loved
was
it.
correct,
I loved
and
it.
they
I loved
brought
it.
back the iconography. This was the first Star Trek movie that actually looked like an old Star Trek show.
Yes.
This was the first Star Trek movie
Even
where they're
the
wearing the
original Star Trek
shirts.
movies, they
Yeah.
didn't look like the Star Trek show.
I
right?
enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I saw it.
They did succeed very well in this.
Yeah, I think
I can't remember. I either saw it twice or 3 times in the
I think
theater.
the script
really
could
loved
have
it.
been even worse, and the story could have been
Although
even
I
more
hated-
plotting. But the way that it looked, the fact that it made the noises and everyone looked like they were supposed to be in Star Trek, that
I'm sorry,
went a
what were those
long way.
noises again? Could you give that?
I hated the Spock action.
Wait,
at
wait,
the
the
end.
transporter?
That was my thing. It's always the end of movies that piss me off.
Yeah.
I hated the whole like. I'm
pretty
gonna
good.
lecture you now, Spock.
You know what I
Spock
hated?
and Spockity Spock. I was like, okay, that's bullshit. You're fucking with the continuum.
You know, there was supposed to be another scene where he showed
His penis?
new Kirk, old Kirk.
His
Like
penis.
there was like a little hologram thing, and he was supposed to hit it, and William Shatner's head was going to pop
I
up
did hear-
and talk to young Kirk.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
because
mean, he was
William
gonna talk
Shatner
directly.
has to be involved in shit.
Yeah,
he
of
was.
course, 'cause
There
he's
was this
Shatner.
whole thing
Tech
about
Wars.
him not being there.
Those
From
aren't
that
books.
angle,
Those aren't
from that
books.
angle, I'm sorry, from that angle, you
I
look
just-
like a little emo goth boy, Will. It was so cute.
I am kind of.
I've never thought of you that way.
Well played.
I've
well
never
delivered.
thought of you that way,
Hey,
but
guys.
like from that angle, you look like a depressed
minute.
little emo goth
I'm
boy.
so
Tortured. Don't try to focus attention on me. I'll just bathe in it.
I feel really bad that you guys don't
Where's
know
your black nail
UFO.
polish?
So I'm going to help you out.
Wait, Star Trek. I
Oh, wait,
had to
wait.
say something.
No.
I didn't.
UFO.
It'll be back. You can talk about Star Trek in a
UFO.
minute.
Hey, that
Just
looks
watch.
good.
This looks like the opening of Battlestar Galactica.
Check out.
Oh, it
Okay.
gets better.
If you can play videos,
Check
This
out the Moon
is
Girl.
UFO.
What the hell?
can you play the trailer for Despiser on there when you're done with it?
When was this on?
Because
1969.
people should really see the trailer for Despiser.
69, dude.
Sometimes Britain surprises me.
Yeah.
Britain? Yeah. Those are the girls on the moon. They're on the moon base.
It looks like Moon 02 from
Yeah,
from
different areas,
MST3K.
different hair color.
Yeah.
Moon 02 was
There's-
like kind of
there's
like a
actually
60s
cool
hippie.
effects.
Notice the
Base.
camera is just far enough back that you still can't see their teeth.
Yeah. Well played.
Okay, Will
That
had
was
something
easy.
to say about Star Trek.
Yeah, that was easy.
That was-
The movie, it just
Radio.
the only thing I
Yeah.
had to say about it is it just looked like the only thing I had a problem with the cinematography was the lights.
You
didn't like the flares?
All the little
You didn't like the lens flares?
Yeah,
It was
bothered
it'd be
a lot of
okay every
people.
once in a while, but all the time.
I sort of liked it. It felt 70s to me,
It didn't
honestly.
bug me.
Yeah, it felt 70s to me.
I-
Like they were
I
just
didn't
like whatever.
like it, but it
to
I
get
can
the
watch
shot.
70s. I love like 70s movies that have that kind of stuff, but this stuff was more overbearing than
Okay,
that.
here
It
we
was
go.
way too
Here we
flashy.
go. Oops, we missed the alien. Sorry. Got to get the alien.
Shadow
this?
Supreme. Oh,
There's the alien.
Dude, we're gonna
Oh,
get in
funky.
trouble for playing this shit.
It's
aren't
on
we?
YouTube. How could we get in trouble?
Yeah, you can get in trouble.
Do a
If you're-
takedown
actually, if
on
you're
YouTube.
commenting
there's all
on
sorts of
something,
things
it's
that are
fair use, you
always
know that?
Oh, okay.
yeah,
It's, and
uploaded.
it takes place in
Oh
1980.
man, I always love that. No, I love the part with the car. I don't know. I
Yeah,
love the
if you're
car.
commenting on footage
But
and
that
you're
dude,
doing something,
you know
it's
the
fair
main
use.
dude, the main
And look,
dude
they have
creeps
computers.
the shit out of me.
Yeah, with big
Him.
reel-to-reel
Oh.
tapes.
Is this the opening credits?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, it gets better.
I
look,
think
they
you know
have
what?
space
Hey,
stations.
This is great.
Doc,
I
we're
would-
gonna
I would
have to.
totally
We're
watch
gonna
that. The
have to
box
have.
set,
We're gonna have
guys.
to have a UFO party.
You have the box set.
Yes.
Yes, I got it for him because
Okay,
I love him.
cool.
Oh, there's the
a nice
spaceship that
boy.
I
goes
will.
up
I will.
from the
I will
submarine.
watch this any time,
We're,
any
we're
day of the
having.
week,
We're gonna have a UFO
except
party.
Tuesday
There
and
he goes.
Wednesday because I'm working those
They're
days.
gonna go shoot down the
Except for Tuesday and
UFO.
Wednesday.
Because I have to work.
This
Anyway.
is nuts.
Yeah, it's great.
It looks awesome.
It's
Some
sort
of
of
the best miniature work on
I was
television.
about to say, it sort of
ever.
reminds me of Moon. Have you seen that movie? Have you seen Moon yet by Duncan Jones? That's David
one?
Bowie's kid, starring Sam Rockwell. Moon.
I love Sam Rockwell.
I highly recommend Moon.
I've heard a lot of good things. about it.
highly
I have
recommend.
not
Check
seen
that
it.
out
I
as
would-
soon as you can.
I would write that down, but I'm sure that Dr.
Can you
Noel
download
will
it?
see
It's-
this on the
it's-
show and will
yeah.
tell me.
Is it?
Well,
Is it
I mean,
DVD
you wouldn't
on
have to write it down. It's Moon.
When the DVD comes
I'm
out, I'll steal
drinking.
it.
Okay.
Dude, there are 4 kinds of rum in this.
Big satellite.
M-O-O-N, that's
We
Rose
just
rum.
bombed it for no fucking reason.
That was my favorite Twitter day, though.
You know why?
Yeah.
Seriously,
Because
that
there was
my
a moon
favorite
base
Twitter day.
with girls with purple.
No. It was because
wigs
Chairface
up there.
Chippendale wrote the word
We
chaw.
needed to find out if there was
Oh
ice.
yeah, does the moon have cha on it now? Like if we look up to the moon tomorrow.
Anyone
like,
original Tick fans? Like the Tick animated?
I recognize the joke, but
Yeah.
I think only because
Chairface
of
in the
Twitter.
first season,
Yeah.
Chairface Chippendale, Big Laser tried to write Chairface Chippendale on the moon, but all he got was Cha before Tick and Arthur stopped him with
Yeah.
American.
So through the
Made.
rest of the animated series, every time they look at the moon, it says
Which
cha.
is amazing
That's
attention
good
to
they
detail.
included
Yeah.
that.
It was
I
really,
like that kind of thing. I
it
like
was
those little
impressive.
inside jokes for the good
Yeah.
fans.
See, I enjoyed a
That's
lot of
good.
the Moonanite jokes that were popping off when
The
we bombed the
Moonanites,
moon.
yeah.
I miss those guys.
On the moon,
The little
nerds are
Atari dudes.
the
Man,
pants
that was
pulled down
good
and they are
stuff.
spanked
That is
with
the
moon
only thing I
rocks.
miss about cable.
Yeah? Is Aqua Teen?
Yeah.
No,
Or
no,
Adult Swim?
Adult Swim in
Adult
general.
Swim.
And Adult Swim is really, actually, I won't say it's really, really good now, but with Venture Brothers and Metalocalypse and, they still
I'm
run
always
some
impressed when
Aqua
someone
Teen.
can
You know
say
what?
Metalocalypse.
I think that
Metalocalypse.
all that shit, I think C-Lab was better than all of it.
Yeah.
See, that was great.
But
C-Lab was
until
fucking
what was it,
awesome.
Henry Goth? How
There's
did
no
he,
beating the early
Harry
I think we
Goth?
did this last time when you were here. We riffed on
Until
Steve for a
until
while.
the captain
Yeah.
died, and then they
I-
replaced him with his son.
Yeah, that's why. That's the only reason why the show went off the air.
Yeah,
'Cause
and it was sad.
Did
but,
the guy did the voice
We've
die
got
of
we've got
throat
the
cancer?
good. We've got. Do we have season 2? I know we have season 1.
Season 1 and 2. Those are the ones with the original. with the
Yeah,
captain.
we've got, but we have season 1 and 2, and then we have the Aqua Teen Hunger
And
Force.
everything on
couple
Cartoon
first
What was the
seasons.
name of
Network
the
now is like
restaurant that
derivative of
sponsored
that.
them?
You know,
Griffey's or something
no,
with the
Grizzlebees.
onions.
Grizzlebees. Yeah,
Grizzlebees.
Like, hey.
With the
I think
onion.
all that stuff that you guys are talking
Eric
about, like
Estrada.
all that stuff on Cartoon
And
a
Network
voice
is
role.
derivative of C Lab.
And then you have to go into the fact that my really good friend's ex-wife
hit it
used
as
to
well
date
as they
Eric
did.
Estrada.
Yeah.
What?
Just saying.
Really?
One of my best friends, his ex-wife, before he met her, dated Eric
I
Estrada.
think everyone's dated Eric Estrada once.
I
in
never
their
dated
life.
Eric
I have
Estrada.
not.
Yeah, we just had a
Eric.
one night stand. Me and Eric.
Yeah, no, he's not my kind of thing. But he's awesome.
It was
in,
good for a night
C-Lab.
of Latin fire, but
He was funny in
Eric
C-Lab,
Estrada
though. It was
doesn't do it
excellent.
for me.
oh, he was awesome. And Marco,
But he was
Marco.
funny, like at his own expense, and that was the awesome thing.
Yeah,
It's
like
like,
in the,
God, you have to wonder, do you know that
Doppelganger.
we're laughing at you? Doppelganger. You know, the reason
need
I
to
love
pull up
C-Lab
a
is because
C-Lab
C-Lab
drama.
is the first show to ever like exploit my fear of doppelgangers.
You have a fear of
that was
doppelgangers?
the second season one.
Identical
The
twins and
Bizarro
doppelgangers
episode, right?
freak me out.
Really?
Yes.
So if like someone, like let's say for whatever reason, two identical twins came down the stairs and walked in like, "Hi, what's going on?" and they said it in unison, you would just shit your pants
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So don't watch a movie called Double Trouble
or body
or
double.
Big Trouble or
Freaks me out.
Think Big, because those are both
We-
starring the Barbarian brothers. And those guys
Man, no,
are
it bothers me. We
cheesy
have
comedies.
neighbors,
I
and
would
they
really
have
get
two
freaked
little
out.
boys that, if at first glance they're identical twins, and then you look at them long enough and you realize, oh, you guys just look identical. You're not really. They're just like really close looking.
But do you still have
fraternal
residual
twins.
hate for them?
No,
Okay.
I've learned all of their, all the things that differentiate them, and I'm perfectly fine. But identical twins freak me out. Doesn't matter how hot
Well,
they are, scare me.
Really?
I have something to confess. Actually, my name
to
is
Murphy.
Jeff. Will stayed at home tonight, and I am taking his place.
Oh, Jeff, I don't like
He
you.
was tired, and he was
Jeff,
on the
you're
show
much
last
more
year.
charming than Will.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, Captain Murphy.
C-Lab.
Okay, you need to show
I love the
Despiser
flashlight
trailer.
thing.
Yeah?
The thing where he's all like, I was like, oh, the flashlights are evil, and he's trying to destroy all the. Yeah.
I also liked Harvey Birdman.
like the
I thought that was a
Martian
good
Law.
show.
Harvey Birdman.
Harvey Birdman was
Attorney at
excellent.
law.
You know, for as good as Venture Brothers is, I do believe there was a golden era for Adult Swim, and I
Venture
think
Brothers
I think
was
it was
really
like the
good.
first season of Aqua Teen while
Yeah, I mean,
Harvey Birdman
Harvey
and C-Lab
Birdman,
was on.
C-Lab.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Although Venture Brothers is my favorite.
Venture Brothers
Yeah.
is fantastic. I
But
like
the
C-Lab
rest of
better,
the
but
shows
I
are not
like
living
Venture
up
Brothers. a
to
lot.
the-
No, well,
to
Venture
the
Brothers is
classics.
legitimately
Actually,
great TV.
Venture Brothers is
legitimately.
the only other.
Like-
Venture Brothers is the only other show besides C-Lab and Aqua Teen that I ever really liked on.
You
Cartoon
never
Network.
watched Harvey Birdman?
I never really liked Harvey Birdman.
Yeah,
I tried to
Robot
watch
Chicken?
it. I tried to watch it. Robot Chicken, yeah, but that's not
Squidbillies?
really animated. That's
I
like
didn't enjoy
stop motion.
Squidbillies.
I didn't like
Squidbillies was kinda funny to
Squidbillies.
me.
I tried to watch Squidbillies. I didn't like it.
No.
I love Robot Chicken, but
Robot
that's
Chicken
like
is
a
good.
different
What was
category,
one?
I guess.
What, man?
12-ounce mouse or something like
Oh.
that. What was
No.
that
You
one?
know what I'd love to see is somebody
Really
take.
interesting.
You know what,
kinda-
though? What
He-Man
is
and do what they did to
amazing is that
C-Lab.
Metalocalypse is a mediocre show.
Yeah, it's not a very good
Compared
show.
to the other ones. I mean, it's a good show. I'll watch it and
They
be
also have a
entertained.
band, and it goes on tour.
Yeah,
Correct.
they're touring.
I'll
now.
watch it and be entertained, but it's nothing compared to the other shows.
Yeah.
And that's because I don't watch.
Well, see, the thing about C-Lab is like they took this show that was like a show like
A
that
real
existed.
show.
They took footage
That's the thing
from
that's
it,
fucking hard to
and
believe.
made
I
it
mean, you watch
into-
it and you're like, God, that was a show?
and they just added other stuff to it. Yeah, I wish somebody. Well, it was made by the same people who made He-Man. You can tell just by the animation,
Mm-hmm.
it looks the same.
Well, yeah, they had access to the
They-
Hanna-Barbera library. That's how Space Ghost and
Yeah, I was
I
just
love
going to say,
Space Ghost.
I love
Space
Space
Ghost
Ghost
was
as
the
well.
They
first
should
one
do something
that
like
they
that
did.
with He-Man. That would be
Okay, I
fan
have to-
fucking
And the beauty-
I have to share this.
But I think they're making a remake
Let's
of
see,
Masters
how
of the
many?
Universe.
4 years ago? 3 or 4 years ago for Halloween. Dr.
yeah.
Normal was Space Ghost, and I built him a desk out of a cardboard
picture
box.
somewhere?
That is
Oh, very
so. I
cool.
could so buy that. That is a fantastic costume for you, sir.
Maybe you
there
should
one?
wear your Space Ghost costume to the roller
You-
derby party.
Yeah, I
Would you-
remember I
Or,
had
or you
problems
should, or
in
you
the
could wear it
groin
to
area.
You could wear it to
a little
Seventh Planet
tight.
Picture Show on October 25th. You should.
Yeah.
I have to be a celebrity judge at the thing on the 31st.
of
So
the thing.
at the roller derby, RCR is having a Halloween party on the 31st,
Yeah.
and I have to go and judge. I get to
Yeah.
go and judge the
very
costume
cool.
contest, which is very fun, and
Very
very
cool.
cool. And I haven't decided what I'm going to wear yet.
Oh.
But he has to look good because he's my escort. Maybe instead of being Batman, you should be Space Ghost again.
I think you should be Space Ghost every day.
Is there a picture somewhere?
I don't think it's on the internet. I have one.
I
on-
have the desk now, actually.
Yes.
I can just look at you right now. and
This
just
desk
picture
is
it
not
every
as
day.
portable as the one I built.
Well, you know what? I was just going to say the beauty of Space Ghost was they took those
That's how
little
dedicated I
interstitial
am. I built the
satellite
desk.
feeds
Yeah.
with celebrities and then stuck them in
Didn't
and then
we have
reanimated.
Willie Nelson on the show?
Yeah.
It's really difficult
So
to do
in
that.
between,
I love the
when you
other-
do an
I also love
uplink on a
Willie Nelson.
satellite, right? You do a sound check and people are sitting there
Yeah.
and they're like, okay, is my levels okay and everything? And they take those, and they used to be broadcast in the clear, like people with satellite dishes.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember my mom, we lived out in the Boone for a little bit there, and my mom had to get one of those massive satellite dishes so we could watch, Sopranos. Right. And those sorts of things. And it was like for about a year there before they decided to shut it down. You would get the raw news feed. So you'd see, Peter Jennings picking his nose before.
Exactly.
It was like when so few people had
satellites.
satellites.
That's what I love about the square.
You had to program it where to aim to the satellite, and then you could change the channels and everything like that. And then it's like
if you wanted to watch Skinamax on the East Coast, you'd have to hit like G520, and you'd have to wait 5 minutes for the thing to go. Bzzz,
this before it was totally controlled.
Click. And then it'd come in, and then you'd have like 20 channels on that one satellite. And so you had 400 channels, but you had to jump like 6 satellites to get to all of those
one of these
channels.
days we'll be talking about the internet like that. It was like, that was before they totally controlled the internet. You could go to a website, and you could go to this website. And now it's just like you just turn the remote, and because they won.
Let's not think that. Let's not
The
think
bad
that
people
way.
won.
Let's not think that way.
I'm just trying to, it's a warning.
Hey,
Stop them
Dr.
from
Normal,
winning.
I have to ask a question because...
I was looking for a Space Ghost. I can't find it. You didn't post it on Flickr, did you?
No, I'm sorry.
I had the desk and everything.
That
made out of cardboard.
That would be totally
with
badass.
the Space Ghost Coast to Coast logo
I think I've decided what my escort is going to be for the Halloween party.
What?
Space Ghost.
Dude, do you remember how that thing fit me in the crotch? That's why we made the desk. Did you forget?
No,
was it scaring people? It was too big.
It was pretty much.
No, it was
I was
little-
having
it was a
man
little too
camel toe.
Yeah, it was like scared people. Oh my god!
But it
don't come
wasn't
near me with that.
It looked like a scene from The Frighteners where the ghost is stuck in the
Dr.
carpet.
It
Normal.
wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't good man
He's an
camel toe
impressive
either. It was like,
man. He's an impressive man, and it didn't fit very well in the crotch
Not
region.
surprised, sir. I'm
I
not
think
surprised.
anybody would have been impressive in the costume. It was like 3 sizes too small.
Have you ever seen the picture of the kid in the Robin cosplay suit, and he's next to this girl? I think she's. What's
yes.
that?
I know
What
what you're
is she
talking about.
playing?
I don't know what she's playing, but
I think it's something from Batman.
the moral of the story is you
He's got
can
a
see
huge
his boner.
like, and he's wearing these like really tight like spandex. You can see this huge boner like going up like his.
The soundbite is, I don't know what she's playing.
It's like
but
going right up over his thigh, and it's just like, wow. And the girl's really cute too, so you're like, oh well, I could see why he's doing that, but
is this on YouTube or something?
such a
No, it's
embarrassing.
just an image.
It's so embarrassing. It's like an embarrassing like teenage.
Why
kind
is
of
that
thing,
embarrassing? You've got a rockin' heart on. That should not be an embarrassing thing.
Well, when you're a kid, though.
When you're
a
wearing
guy
your
and a kid.
Robin suit and you
You're a
somebody
kid at
takes
a convention
picture of you in
dressed like
costume at a
Robin.
convention,
That's the
and you
difference
have
between
this
men and
boner
women.
that's going right through your
No.
spandex.
Actually,
It's
no,
about to impale the villain.
I take it back.
That is the difference between
I
men and
agree.
women.
I agree with her. The more embarrassing thing should be that you're dressed up as Robin at a convention, and not that you have a
Exactly.
massive boner.
Thank you.
Yeah.
If you can be dressed
The
as
boner's
Robin
probably the most
and have
normal
a massive
thing.
boner,
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing
More
though, when that
power
kid
to
is
ya.
like 60, he's gonna look back at those pictures and go,
exactly.
I used
Thank
to have
you.
it.
Exactly.
he's gonna
Yeah. Pump, 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 pump.
Well, it'll be the future. No, so he'll just go,
There it is.
That is creepy.
the future.
That was just wrong.
The
We
future.
always end on a low note on
Yeah.
this goddamn show.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I
If
thought
it
we
was
were
two
gonna
identical
start.
penis
Your
pumps, it'd be
erection
really
will
scary.
come from a machine.
I like natural erections.
And the machine erections will control the world, and a group will rise up to
Okay,
fight.
no more.
There's like one person
No
in the
more
chat room.
I've
Terminator.
been watching too many dystopian.
Did everyone
That's
leave finally?
because-
Really?
Yeah.
One person? Oh,
It's probably
did you not
the
open
guy
Science
from
yet?
Brazil.
Yeah.
These guys are funny. Oh, did he leave a long time ago? It's like, I'm sorry, São Paulo.
Are you trying to like hurt our feelings?
hurt our? Is it? Can we hurt our feelings?
Hurt our feelings? Are you trying to hurt our feelings?
Oh,
I'm good.
I'm not understanding.
I'll be there for you.
Let's end it on a
when
high
the
note.
rain
Yeah,
starts
exactly.
to fall. I'll
With
be
that-
there for you.
So let's end it on a high note, and he's
like
singing
I've
the
been
Friends theme.
there before.
Is that?
Although to be
It's embarrassing that you know that.
to be entirely honest, whenever I hear that song, whenever it's like on syndication,
Is that really the Friends
that's the
theme?
Friends theme. And at the very beginning, if I hear it early enough, I have to do the. I have to do the foreclap. I have to. I also have to go grr arg at the end of every Joss Whedon show, and when Scrubs
I
is
do
on,
have the
and it
grr
goes,
arg
"I'm no
problem.
Superman," it goes, "Ooh wee," I have to move my hips around.
we
I have to do
didn't
that.
cover the Joss Whedon thing, did we? Did we cover that?
What, the
Yes.
Joss Whedon article that I wrote
Yeah.
for Cracked? Yeah,
Yes,
we covered
Oh,
it.
did we?
We did that in
I don't
the
pay
tech
attention.
episode.
Yeah.
And
That
your
was in
name
the
is? Court?
Howard Stern.
Howard Stern. Nice to meet you. I enjoy your work.
My
On
name is
the...
Rush Limbaugh.
Oh, okay.
Get off my fucking couch. All right, just out. Out of my house.
My name is Sore Eyes McAllister.
Yeah, it's because your Scottish accent was winning.
And with that,
With that, we have to say goodnight.
Goodbye,
Thank you
strange
so
love
much for
live.
joining us.
that's right.
It was not a complete travesty.
Oh, well,
Just saying.
good. Thank
I
God.
had a
Take
good
the
time.
blame for
Oh,
everything.
look, we've got credits. Look at the
Lots of
credits. Excellent credit time.
Yes.
Yeah, if there's anything you want to say, say it now.
Oh, okay.
I
Bye.
love you all, and I want to make love to every one
All
of
right,
you.
Sean, you're cut off. I'm just saying. I can't believe Sean Connery's not dead yet. I mean,
Oh,
seriously.
jeez.
How could you say
Wishing.
that thing about me?
Seriously, no, I'm not wishing anything, but Dr. Normal's always assuming
You see, but
everyone's
once you
dead.
say that, like, if
he
he
dies,
dies,
is it
like
my
in a couple
fault?
days, you're gonna feel responsible.
I'm not.
I was just thinking about Michael Jackson just before he died. I was thinking, why isn't Michael Jackson dead yet? And then he died, and I was like, oh, it's my
And you
fault,
felt
isn't it?
guilty?
And with that, good night, everybody.
I killed Michael Jackson. No, I did not.
I love you, Will.
Everywhere you
Good
look,
night, everybody.
Everywhere
Thanks for
you
joining
look, there's
us.
a hand, a heart, a hand to hold on to.